I get asked all the time when I make my egg and vegetable dish how I make it, or I get a lot of comments that it looks really good and that people would like to make something like that at home. So I'm going to try to do a quick video about how I make it. It's paleo inspired. I think I originally saw it on a paleo website or something like that. So to make things go a little faster, I've already started. I chopped up all my veggies, and I use probably about a cup of onion, and I'm sauteing that now. I use a Teflon pan so that I don't have to use as much oil. In our container system that we use in Beachbody, we count our oil, so there's still some oil in here. I just pour the rest of that in. So I only use 2 teaspoons in here of my olive oil, and I use the extra light olive oil, and that's all I put in there. Now I'm going to add some veggies. So I have some chopped up orange pepper, and I have 1 cup of spinach. Add that in there, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab, sorry for flipping around here on you a lot, I'm going to grab 1 more cup of spinach. So for my goals, I need to eat about 5 servings of veggies a day. So right here I have approximately 4. Now when I get to this point, I'm going to season it a little bit. So I'm going to put in a little bit of, I always use this, it's garlic granules. It doesn't have any salt in it. And I use the Simply Organic. I'll put a little of that. I'm going to put in a little bit of white pepper. Ooh, that pours out really fast. And I'm going to put in just a little bit of sea salt. And smell that pepper. And then I'm going to stir that up. I'm going to turn my other pan on and see if I can get it hot to do my eggs. Cooking up pretty good. When I use harder vegetables, like you can put mushrooms in here, they're not really harder, but a lot of times I'll use a lot of squash. I use zucchini, Mexican squash, yellow squash, or crooked neck squash. And so when I use those, sometimes I'll go ahead and steam it. I'll put a lid on it after I add the veggies. I'm going to go ahead and plate this now because it looks ready to me. I don't want my spinach to get overcooked, and I don't like the yellow peppers cooked a lot either. I just like them cooked a little bit. So I put over here for my eggs, I fry my eggs. I put 1 teaspoon of the olive oil in there. So altogether, this is 3 teaspoons of healthy oil, and it will be 1 protein. I'm going to fry 2 eggs, and then I will have, what was that, about approximately 3.5 servings of vegetables. So almost all my vegetables for the day. I just need 1.5 more. I'm going to throw my eggs in here. My pan's not quite as hot as I would like it. A little piece of eggshell in there. You can get that out. Okay. And then I do season my eggs a little bit. I like black pepper on my eggs, so I put a little black pepper. I just use regular old McCormick's, and I put a little bit of salt on there. And I'm going to let those cook up. This would be faster if my pan was hotter. Let's go over here and look at how these veggies turned out. Those look pretty good. I think I'm going to take this out. I've got it in a cup so I can set it down. I can slide those eggs out of there with one hand. So if you're not familiar with the Beachbody container system, it's just a way that helps us to keep track of what foods we eat throughout the day. So for the eating plan I'm on, the calories and the food nutrition that I need about 5 vegetables, and I think it's 5 proteins, 3 fruits. For all the plans, it's 5 healthy oils, so no more than that. And then there's a couple other categories of healthy cheeses. Okay, I'm going to flip these eggs. See if I can do it. 1 and 2. See my eggs? Flips over and they're cooking in the oil. And really, you can see how the oil's sitting there in the pan. So even though I'm going to count 3 teaspoons of oil, I didn't really use all that oil. Over here, my pan's just a teeny tiny bit oily. Probably used most of those 2 teaspoons. But we can count the oils in a ½ teaspoon too. So if I really wanted to, I could probably just do 2½ instead of 3 teaspoons. Probably not necessary. So I'm just going to slide these eggs out of here. Let's see if I can unstick them a little bit first. Slide them out on top of my, see what that looks like, on top of my veggies. And I'm gluten-free, so I can't have bread with this. I don't think I'd want toast with that anyhow. But a lot of times I might have a couple tortillas to eat it with, corn tortillas. I like those. And a lot of my food is influenced by the Hispanic culture because I've been around it so long. So I like to add tortillas, but today I'm going no carb on this meal. So I am going to add some Cholula, some salsa, because otherwise it just doesn't taste right. And let's see how that looks. Good enough to eat. I'm going to eat it.